You know those bullies that frequented playgrounds back in the old days? One of their favorite tricks was to grab the hand of some unsuspecting child, force it into a fist, and use it to hit said child while saying, "Stop hitting yourself! Why are you hitting yourself?" Well, this is kind of the situation with modern Disney, but there's no bully. In this case, the kid just starts punching himself full force in the junk. More than 6 years after The Last Jedi, and this comedy of errors continues, and Disney shareholders are now feeling like they're the ones getting punched in the junk with a jackhammer. Upcoming Rey Solo film director Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy says it's about time that we had a woman come forward to shape the story of Star Wars. Oh dear, oh dear. Here we go again. Can't believe I'm still saying this in 2024, but then here we are. In a declaration that could seemingly only come from someone who has spent the last decade completely detached from the once beloved sci-fi franchise. In all honesty, you could say that about every now dead franchise at this point. We just got a bunch of corpses walking around, but beloved franchises, I see not. Director Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy, who has no doubt earned everything she's been given in life, has opined, and opined being the key word here because none of this approaches anything even remotely resembling reality. Par for the course, my friend. Par for the course. That one particularly exciting aspect of her upcoming Rey Solo film, the fact that the word upcoming Rey Solo film is being uttered unironically in 2024 should boggle one's mind. But the fact that it does make it clear that we are living in peak stupidity, is that it will finally allow women to guide Star Wars' narrative direction. Kay, you can't be this stupid. You really can't be this stupid. Or was Kathleen nothing more than a half-forgotten nightmare that all now former Star Wars fans experienced at the same time? Obaid-Chinoy, whose directorial filmography primarily consists of documentaries highlighting the social plights faced by women in her home country of Pakistan, for which she almost certainly blamed white dudes, offered this insight. Ha 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 ha! Insight, that's a good one, into her forthcoming dance with the Force, dancing ever further into that hole of bankruptcy. What fun! Dance faster! While speaking to CNN's Christy Lou Stout, a non-biased network if ever there was one, for the network's 2023 New Year's Eve broadcast, yep, celebrating another year of studios deliberately punching themselves and their shareholders in the junk, while the rest of us just sit back and laugh. Better get some ice for that. Touted by Stout as the first woman and first person of color to direct a Star Wars film, any qualifications or talent beyond that? Nope. Well then, sounds perfectly in keeping. The director, who appeared via a pre-recorded interview with the anchor, opened their discussion by elaborating on her personal excitement towards her forthcoming Lucasfilm outing. Do it! Please do it! Let's start a petition. Disney, please make this film, and we demand a $1 billion budget. I mean, what could go wrong? Do it! I'm very thrilled about the project because I think what we are about to create is something very special, said Obaid-Chinoy. Special? Special? Oh, it will be special. Of that I have no doubt. And we're in 2024 now. Current year, yo. And I think it's about time that we had a woman come forward to shape the story of the galaxy far, far away. Okay, I'm starting to believe that maybe she really thinks this to be true because it seems to be the more boxes you tick and the more of an idiot you are, then the more likely you are to get a job at Lucasfilm. As noted above, the 2-episode Miss Marvel director, oh dear, comments come off as absolutely baffling. Not really, given the track record of every Disney property in recent years, given the very real attention the overall Star Wars franchise has given to the female perspective since its 2012 purchase by the House of Mouse, now referred to as the day Star Wars died. Following the completion of the sale, Disney proceeded to promote film producer Kathleen Kennedy to president of Lucasfilm, a decision that shareholders have regretted ever since, at which time she proceeded to position the aforementioned Rey as the overpowered, poorly written protagonist of the franchise's third and unfortunately canon trilogy. And more than 4 years after it died a horrible death, it comes back. Come on, Disney. $1 billion. Additionally, during her tenure as president, Kennedy has also overseen the production of Star Wars television series such as The Mandalorian. Remember Season 3? Wasn't it delightful? Obi-Wan Kenobi. Remember Baby Leia? Wasn't she delightful? And Ahsoka. Remember the nothing about that show because nobody watched it? Each of which made heavy-handed, even forceful attempts at boosting the franchise's profiles of their respective female leads. Boosting that eventually led to a pavement Kirby and no teeth left for the franchise, often at the expense of their male counterparts' characters. Surely you don't say. For example, since her introduction in The Mandalorian, Bo-Katan has managed to upstage weak male stand-in at nearly every turn of their adventures, with even the climax to the latter's ongoing feud with Moff Gideon being brought to a close by his female ally. Wasn't watching by that point, and neither was anyone else. In Obi-Wan Kenobi, despite being far more inexperienced in combat and force manipulation than her fellow Inquisitorious members, as evidenced by her absolute handling by the Grand Inquisitor, Reva is still shown as being able to briefly go toe-to-toe with Darth Vader himself, even managing to disarm the Dark Lord of his lightsaber before her eventual defeat. Don't talk bad about her, or Ewan McGregor will get mad at you and will tell you to no longer consume Disney products, as its shareholders are still on the floor screaming in pain, and as if he needed to tell you that. You've already made that decision without his help. Then there's the fact that Ahsoka centered around a cast of primarily female heroines. As I said, didn't watch it. Canceled Disney Plus months ago and haven't regretted it for a second. While not an objective negative in and of itself, is notably due to how it pokes holes in Obaid Chinoy's statement. Perhaps somebody should tell her to actually, research this thing she's directing. Actually, never mind. Tell her not to do research. Just go with her gut and, come on Disney, put your money where your mouth that never shuts up is. $1 billion! Further countering the director's narrative is the reality that not only have numerous women served in various behind-the-scenes roles across the franchise, such as A New Hope editor Marcia Lucas, Obi-Wan Kenobi director Deborah Chow, The Mandalorian director Bryce Dallas Howard, Ahsoka directors Jennifer Gertzinger and Geeta Vasant Patel, and Rebels co-creator Carrie Beck, but that its next entry, The Acolyte, will be helmed, written, and star a team of primarily women. No man, don't tell her that. It will ruin her ego trip, and these things are hilarious. Notably, this is not the first time Obaid Chinoy has positioned her upcoming Star Wars outing as the franchise's breaking of the glass ceiling moment. And don't tell her otherwise. This is comedy gold. Speaking to Vice News, as everyone's testosterone levels drop at the mere mention of its name, following the film's announcement in May 2023, the director explained of her role as the first woman to direct a Star Wars feature. I've always kicked open doors that were previously closed, with checkboxes, and I think my feeling is that there is a critical mass of women who have begun to move forward in places that were previously closed to them. Oh dear. As of writing, Rey's return to the silver screen is currently set for sometime in 2026. $1 billion, Disney. I dare you. And that's it for today. Follow me on former Twitter, and until next time, suck it.